One thing these guys don't know about Derek is he's from Philadelphia. I mean, you're not going to intimidate Derek with this half-assed Keene bullshit. You know what I mean? These people are a joke. That's what it boils down to.
Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come. This or that. This or that. This or that.
Come on, who's the black sheep? What's the black sheep? Know not who I am, but when I'm coming, so you sleep. Wasn't in my realm, or wasn't in your sphere. Knew not who I was, but listen here. The choice is yours. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you can get with this, because this is kind of that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's Black Sheep Rising, episode 64, and we are the Black Sheep. My name is Conan Soliday, and of course, Garret Ian is back in the second chair.
Oh, that's the one welcome audience.
Looking. I won't even go there. Looking good, man. You're looking good. Been in the news a lot the last couple of weeks. In fact, we could probably just spend the whole evening just talking about Garret at court tonight. Actually, Derek was on the streets getting hassled. We'll probably talk about Derek and his little run-in with some thugs, with Keene thugs.
Court for everybody, interesting interactions in the streets for everybody. It's just been a fun summer so far and continues to be here.
Yeah. Fun in the sun. And, of course, James Robin Hood Cleveland.
That's right.
Back with us with another $6 shirt that I hadn't seen yet.
Yeah.
That is $6 shirt, right?
Yes.
Good one. Team Edward.
Yeah, it's like a Twilight thing.
I don't even know if I saw that one when I was browsing the last time. I need to get back on there for sure and get a couple more shirts.
We need to place another order.
Well, now,
order
the
to begin with, I suppose.
If they had a really nice shipping reduction, they would be nice, but they don't. We could
ask them. There's no harm in asking them.
Yeah, if you get 10 shirts, you get them for $50 for 10 shirts, which is a pretty good deal. But you pay the same shipping regardless. But yeah, it would be interesting to get on there and ask if they have, like, if you buy 100 shirts. I mean, what are they going to
free
give you?
shipping or something?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah,
I got to go down a size. This was XL. Now I got to go down to large.
Well, that's not bad news.
Yeah, it's been good.
That's worth another $6.
Baggy, look at that.
I'm not mad at you.
Look at how baggy it is.
By the way, this is the second episode where we are live streaming for the first time. I'm actually using Livestream. It's the free service, and I guess it requires people to actually create a login, which is a hassle to some people. They like to just click on a link and just start watching immediately. So it is a little bit of a hassle. I tried doing the YouTube route. I must have spent about 10 hours this week playing with YouTube, trying different parameters, trying different settings, trying to get it to work. And it's horrible.
I think YouTube streaming is probably designed for people with low-quality webcam that are making low-quality videos, speaking into them.
You mean kind of like this show?
Well, this show, I mean, we have the high-quality webcams, and they're in multiple places and multiple angles, so taking these things into consideration.
We have the technology.
We've got some technology on this show. I mean, we're getting better. Every week I add a little something else. I add another drop or another feature. I work an almost full-time job. It's a lot of work. By the way, if you do want to help an old man out, there is two donation options at the website blacksheeprising.org. There's a PayPal option, and there's also a BitPay donation if you've got Bitcoins. Yeah, help this old guy out, and maybe I can take a day off from work and spend that whole 24 hours, well, not 24, that 9 hours doing more Black Sheep Rising, setting up programs and stuff, setting up show notes.
You need to help Conan pay his taxes to the man.
Well, there's just so much more.
He's about to go crazy.
The potential on CheshireTv now is endless because CheshireTv has so many more
Conan's
openings
about to
for
go
shows.
insane.
Yeah, Garret brings up a real good point. Here in Cheshire County, the television Channel 8 has a whole bunch of slots available because they started charging the city bureaucrats that had their shows on. And they were getting free service. They were coming into the studio. CheshireTv was setting up the cameras for them, actually taping them, doing all the editing, and then slapping it on the air. And, well, hey, nothing's free.
Sure.
When you also consider that the city is retaining 9% of the fee, the Jones Time Warner fee, that it's a tax. You can't really get around that. But that fee, the entire 100%, should be going to CheshireTv, but 9% is being retained by the city. And then, of course, they're getting free service. So the head cable master there at Cheshire TV says, "Hey, look, I'm going to start charging you guys."
Well, it's like Obama said, if you want your doctor, you can keep him. But with Cheshire TV, what we've seen is they're taking away the free labor that they've provided over the years.
I know, exactly.
And
You think you can just jump all over the place? Jump, 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 jump.
I've appreciated that free labor in the past, but I haven't used it, to be honest. I've always submitted the content directly to them. I've never asked for labor to produce, edit, direct, set up lighting, etc. for a show.
Yeah, well, we're definitely a different generation where we've already done a lot of this stuff in our own houses, our own homes. So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, Free Keene TV. The whole program was run by volunteers. Shire TV, the same exact thing. This program, all the content that we submit to Cheshire TV on the side, it's stuff that we've prepared, we've assimilated, we've gotten from wherever, and we've, it's not free. It's a lot of time involved.
It's funny that most of the people who had shows where they asked for labor, I mean, I appreciated that Cheshire TV offered that service, but most of the people were bureaucrats. It was like the mayor and like another state rep, school board member, and like someone else who's a bureaucrat had shows.
And they're all like,
Who's paying for all this equipment? Taxpayers?
Exactly. Nail on the head there. Six Fast, Six Furious. But one thing that I've noticed recently is Canine Controversies. That game has been stepped up because Doggy Dilemmas, unfortunately.
oh yeah, it's too bad.
I'm really going to miss it.
Yeah.
I thought it was...
So Doggy Dilemmas is gone?
No more new Doggy Dilemmas from what I understand.
What? Who was doing that?
Hey,
I know that the... Don't
Chill.
abuse
he's
Gene.
not. That's not an abusive. That's a. Look, he's all nice and quiet now.
You could have told him. You could have asked nicely. But anyway, Canine Controversies is now the top dog show on the Cheshire TV.
Stupid dog!
Yeah, and and Doggy Dilemma is the other show. I noticed that the crew of Cheshire TV would travel to people's houses. They travel to the locations to get this really great footage on location, which you don't usually see on cable access. And I think that's the thing that sets different shows apart. I know it sets AKPF apart and Black Sheep Rising is that we go onto the ground, on scene, get that footage, on the streets, the grassroots. We're about being there when it's happening, not just being in the studio talking about it later.
Yeah, and actually getting scoops before the actual newspaper in town gets on board, or even
sure.
in our news video, WMUR.
The footage of the monument having the peace sign removed in Keene, it was something I thought was a very anti-peace act on the behalf of the city of Keene. So we're going to upkeep this war monument. We're going to make sure we remove this peace sign. They could have just cleaned it, and the peace sign would have come off naturally, but it had to be in the name of removing the peace sign.
And it cost the city about 300 smacks, $300.
And Freeman TV Raw, of course, had that footage up before the Keene Sentinel, and their footage is in the footage from Freeman TV Raw is in HD. The footage from the Sentinel, not so much.
The Sentinel even
I'm
had
glad they
footage of
have.
it?
Yeah, they do have footage, which is great. They're moving up. It's 21st century. They actually have a short video of it being washed, but not the peace sign itself. You want to see the peace sign itself being washed away, you got to go to Freeman TV Raw. That's where the controversy's at. That's where it's at.
It is. It's a horrible that we have to put up with these blokes, charging out $300 to remove chalk. It's ridiculous. They could have charged me, they could have paid me out $50, and I could have gone out there with my Brillo pad and.
Well,
but
this was a
you didn't put a
special
bid
cleaning.
in Conan.
I know. I didn't. I'm not buddy with some guy on somewhere in the city.
To describe the process, there was a chemical lather that was applied to most of the monument, and then a pressure washer was brought out, and when the pressure washer made a streak, you saw like a brown strip come off.
So they did the entire monument.
The entire base of the monument, the granite base.
Does it look different? Does it look cleaner?
It does look cleaner. I'd say it looks a little bit more boring though. It was nice to see a little bit of that wear on there.
Yeah, I kind of like bronze statues that start to turn the patina green. I kind of like that look actually. But some people like him.
Well, maybe we can petition to put the historic peace symbol back on the
Or
historic monument.
remove the war monument altogether and replace it with a peace monument.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
I'd love to see the city commission the artist who originally did the peace sign to put it back, or maybe in a different spot.
Well, I mean, what do you mean the original peace? Oh, the original peace sign.
The one that they're paid to have removed.
Well,
That's been up over a year.
there are multiple parties that they initially installed the original peace sign, but the monument's old. It's, it's 100+ years old. But my big question is, why? It's fucking Keene, man. Why do we have a war monument representing the city of Keene? It's kind of like
because there's a lot of military people in Keene, man. You just got to accept.
Is there really?
Yes.
Like more than other places?
Well, in the area, sure.
I think there's less.
I think it's about this. I think if anything, it'd just be about the same.
Maybe more in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I know the VA benefits here in New Hampshire is better than other places. You don't have people dying, on waiting lists as often. That's our claim to fame. But as far as having more military here in the state, I don't know. But regardless, why do we have a Civil War monument here representing the city of Keene? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Have you driven around New Hampshire and seen them?
They're everywhere. I mean,
it's a popular image.
Well, all over the country.
Rifle. It's weird. It's like a sort of Jesus.
Well, yeah, it's very religious.
It was an event that had a big impact on people, I guess you could say. Of course, you don't see any monuments to like the Great Depression.
Well, no, but it's a Civil War monument. It's a Civil War soldier. Why the Civil War? Why not the American Revolution? Isn't that like if you're gonna back any war that was fought here in this country, it would be that one.
Well, to be fair, I'm not sure that Keene, New Hampshire existed.
But
New Hampshire did not exist
76.
at the time of the Revolution
of
the United States.
That probably was the first major conflict.
Oh.
Well, no, War of 1812. Why don't we have a soldier for that war?
I don't know. But yeah, if we're gonna have some
travesty, we need to find someone who has a relative.
If we're gonna have some soldiers, I want to see some tired bloke with an empty lunchbox sitting on a beam, a girder, during the Depression. I want to see that monument.
Well, that's not a soldier though.
But he
didn't die for your freedoms, Conan.
He was working his tail off, and he had an empty lunchbox. He built that skyscraper.
He didn't build that.
He helped build it.
That's what Obama said.
That soldier didn't fight that war. He helped fight that war. So where's my Depression era worker? I need some farmers and stuff up there too.
Maybe you could petition the city council.
If we were going to go with a peace monument, what would it be? I mean, how do you encapsulate that idea of peace in like a single statue, like something like a Madonna or something, like kind of like a Statue of Liberty type figure where she's all
I don't think it's good to idolize individual human beings, but I'd say you could look to events where individuals have put themselves in harm's way in the name of helping freedom. Jonathan Daniels is one example from Keene. He was killed in Lowndes County, Alabama, trying to do a voter registration drive, I believe. And that's an example of someone who's not going to war, who's not trying to kill people. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I don't think making a statue for a particular person is necessarily a good idea.
Yeah, it would have to be a faceless soldier. It'd have to be someone who kind of represents.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I say soldier, I mean a faceless.
Is there a faceless representation of civil rights activism in Keene?
I think whatever we do, it can't have a big fro. Because that'll just single it out. I mean, even if it has a different face on it.
Well, I'm thinking any kind of long hair. They're going to want someone with short, regimented hair.
Yeah, they don't have
every person.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem to run as far as the hippies are concerned.
A lot of people subscribe to the idea like, when you're in school, you learn like that math is over, right? Everything has been discovered that's worth discovering in math. And I think most people have that opinion about history. So
exactly.
history is over. All the great wars have been fought. All the great things have been done. There's nothing further to change. We're at the pinnacle of
we live in
culture and
utopian
society.
Liberal democracy.
And of course, if you were raised in government, publicly run education structures, you're going to get textbooks that are written by, people who write history, who are, writing their own history that they want, which is going to include, all the happy things. And if it is bad news, they're going to, if it's a president, for example, like Abraham Lincoln, who we know committed lots of atrocities, who wasn't necessarily favorable towards the black peoples, spoke that he would as long as he lived, he would never see a black man run.
Oh yeah, there's quotes from Lincoln about how they're like two,
and yet
that they're not on the same level. And
yeah,
things like that.
and
It's
yet
really
we
disturbing.
see him as a not even a hero, but as a messiah type figure.
What do you mean we see?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, speak for yourself there, Charlie.
I mean, another prime as far as the race is concerned, that Lyndon Johnson was a prime example. I mean, he's renowned racist, and people remember him for ending civil rights.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like what? He was a fucking racist.
There was this guy who was revered by many progressives, supposedly, and also Lyndon LaRouche people, FDR, and he put people of a particular nationality in labor camps.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no problem. No problem at all.
Least freedom-est thing you can do next to killing people in mass.
I don't get it. But I mean, if you go by what we learned, in school, well, those textbooks really didn't say any of those things. You had to read between the lines or find those out from other outlets, and I think that's a horrible thing. You're right. Math is kind of been figured out, but history, there's all kinds of differing opinions. There's all kinds of different ways to look at things, and there's all kinds of in between the lines that usually get left out of a textbook.
Even in the whole math has been figured out, though. I mean, you still should think about okay. How did they come up with this formula?
Mm-hmm.
How did you? You should do the same thing for all fields of study. You should look at, let's say, all forms of government yourself and decide, kind of look at the history and this one was here and here are the advantages, here are the disadvantages. Are there any better things that can be done? There seems to be a general trend that the more freedom people have, the more prosperous they are.
Yeah, but I mean,
you need to take takeaways from.
Yeah,
it.
and good point is
instead of just learning facts
or memorization.
In 1939, this happened. Germany attacked Poland or whatever the issue is.
Yeah, as soon as you stop learning, as soon as you stop learning new things, it's pretty much over. I mean, everything is always changing. I mean, it might have the same flavor, but it's always changing. And as soon as you start to think of things only as in one way, it's over for you. You just got old.
This provokes the need to continue asking questions. Your perspective on people see this as we're at the pinnacle of society, that's almost an excuse to turn off. It's an excuse to stop caring and just be like, well, we're here. I don't need to do anything else.
Does the monument bother you guys? Do you care? Because frankly,
really,
I don't
no.
care.
I don't really care, but I don't chalk. I don't chalk either.
I
don't want it to be
trolling.
taxpayer funded.
I think it's good trolling to raise the question for people, since they do have such an emotional reaction to it, that, well, what do you think of a totally different monument altogether? And just see how they react to it. Why is it that this monument in particular, do they really care about the Civil War? I don't think people that react so shockingly really care about the Civil War. I've never heard the Civil War raised. It's just the war monument. It's disrespectful to everyone who's served, whatever that means. I don't consider the military a service. I know some people call it the service. I don't use that euphemism for that game.
That's something I'd still refer to. Just because it's so well known.
What's that?
What synonym would you use?
The military, the armed forces.
So the time
I think is
that someone was in the military.
Oh, they'll say they served.
Yeah, I mean that's just an easier way to say it. I don't know how.
But
I worked. I was employed by. I had a job at.
When I was a mercenary for this organization,
it was my work too. My job.
I mean, you can look at the word "serve" in different ways. I mean, you could serve your master, or you can serve.
That's true. There's definitely an element of servitude.
Or you can serve. You can serve your jail sentence.
Most people, though, they think of it as what Garrett was alluding to of. You're providing a service to people.
Yeah, I love that double entendre. You could serve time in jail, or you could serve time for the government, or you could.
It's just like the court. They call it, we're conducting business here. Oh. Your definition of business is different than my definition of business.
If you're the only guy on the block, it's not really a business anymore. It's just become,
It's a business where everyone's forced to be there and you can't go anywhere
So I
else.
heard some like beeping noise. Is that like the chat?
No, I don't know what the hell that was. That was some USB
Like you scroll
thing
up.
coming
Where's
live.
the chat at?
It's not happening.
Oh, okay. So these two people don't care.
We had some good lively chat last week.
Oh, really? Wow.
I guess the show wasn't good enough for more people to show up this evening.
Yeah, the B team here.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Black Sheep Rising B team.
We're not part of the Vanguard.
There's W right there. He was in court this week.
Oh yeah, dressed for the activity, wearing his sports jersey.
Something about proving that he is not a resident. And then, of course...
I don't live here. I domicile here.
Of course, the fair has been going on.
Did you go out to the fair at all?
Yeah, I helped set the tent up on Wednesday morning, and then I just went and helped clean up.
I mean, I've done it in the past, but I was just so busy.
Yeah, I just
This last week I
the schedule is not good for me at all.
You guys want to hear something kind of disturbing about the fair?
It's a bunch of
Have I said this before?
I don't know, but that's what it is.
Yeah. All right. So we're set up
You're
with the
playing
Shire
games.
Society. You can see the picture of it. It is LRN at a Shire Society at his Bitcoin. Right next to us, big booth that says "Stop the illegal immigrants" in like font that's like falling apart, like earthquakey font. It looks like Warzone-y and stuff. It's the John Birch Society, and they want to stop the illegal immigrants. And so many. I try not to pass judgment, but people wearing camo and with the lesser kept appearances, I mean, I get that too, so whatever. And looked like they just may not have been as well traveled or as well cultured or as well versed. We're wandering right over to that table. Oh, what's going on over here?
Hey,
Stop the
what's
illegal
going on?
immigrants.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot, man.
There
There's
were
so
a
many
few people who were critical, which I appreciated seeing. There were some people that I saw go up to that booth, and they were critical of, why is this out? That's not really appropriate. Which I was glad to see. But I wanted to see way more of that and way less of people going over and seriously inquiring as to what was going on over there.
Yeah.
Now, here's the disturbing part. I was told, but I did not confirm, and really I should have gone over there and ambush interviewed. I guess it's too late now. But I was told that one of the people working this anti-immigrant booth is himself an immigrant to New Hampshire for the Free State Project.
Really?
Yeah, supposedly one of the people there claimed to be a Free Stater, and I had
What?
heard this from more than one person who also worked at the or volunteered at the Shire Society booth.
Well, we always try to let people know that the Free State Project, it's not one political ideology. It's made up of lots of folks who want to move here for freedom. I guess he only cares about his freedom.
Sure.
As long as you don't
Yeah,
have.
but the illegals are going to take freedom away.
I know, and
They're going to
your
vote
job.
socialist.
I don't know.
That's just for me. That's just the worst. And I get to say this from the position of someone who pretty much grew up in New Hampshire, but I guess I'm an immigrant too, since I was born somewhere else.
Yeah.
But this idea that an immigrant group, a group of people immigrating somewhere, would have any sort of anti-immigrant or pro-statist views, because why would he be statist if he's supposedly part of a libertarian group? He's like, oh, well, we need to have a state in order to stop this particular subset of society.
What's funny is one day it might switch, and maybe Mexico will be a nicer place to live. And then maybe we'll go down there.
I asked that question when I bumped into Jim Rubens, a candidate for Senate on the street, and I asked him about if he thinks that people who have lived here their entire lives and grew up here undocumented since they were like 2 or 3 should be deported. And he dodged the question just like Scott Brown dodged the same question. He at least answered it, though. Like, he answered, but he didn't answer that question. He just said that he wants to strengthen the border and all that stuff. So I followed up with, do you ever see the border wall being used to prevent people from being able to leave, like has been done in other places where a wall has been erected, like the Berlin Wall? And he said, absolutely not. Basically, it couldn't happen here.
Did you hear me? I said, get off my lawn now.
It's interesting that you bring that up, because this, I just got this, Joe sent this to me. This is at Granite Grok, which is a
pseudo-Republican-ish.
Yeah, they say who knows?
Conservative Republican. They might call themselves a little libertarian, but
well,
I'd
it's
say
got
they're more
the go up a little bit. It's got the old man on the mountain.
So that's refreshing.
Yeah, it's got to be.
We were talking about this.
It's not Rocky Mountains like other community organizations that are kind of fakeish.
We were talking about this evening and whether this is even a real article. But if this is real, there's a federal program that's set up that is proposing to relocate 3,000. And am I saying this? Congolese.
Congolese. I've seen Congolese used before, so I presume it's official.
Folks from Congo, Africa, up to 3,000 of them to the city of Dover, New Hampshire, which is just wacky. It's a federal program. I mean, the city meeting will be on the 13th this month. If anyone is listening and wants to go sit in, Dover is on the other side of Concord. That's way too far for me.
What bothers me about this is there'll be a debate as to whether or not people want these people here and that sort of thing. And it'll be very unneighborly, of course, for anyone to take that position. I think a better debate would be what is the interests of these people, these 3,000 people. 3,000, is it 3,000? I guess 3,000 individuals, not 3,000 families. It says 100 families.
Over a period of 6 years.
I mean, presumably they're being moved to a place that has a different climate than they're used to. Is that something they're cool with? Like, these things I'd like to see taken into consideration.
I don't mind them living. I don't care where they live. It's just who's paying for it. Eventually,
according to this,
initially it's going to be everyone. The feds are going to take care of it. It's going to be taken from everybody, and then after that, when that funding dries up, they're going to be stuck. Dover's going to be stuck with them. And unless these guys are all doctors, which I would love if they were all doctors, that would be perfect.
No, because then you'd have 3,000 doctors in your community.
Well, yeah, I would want. Yeah, I wouldn't want them all in Dover. I'd want them to spread out, and I would have no problem. Keene, we have a very large Indian community here. I see them at Walmart all the time. It's great. I don't fucking care. But I mean, as long as they're not sucking down the resources.
I would say that Americans who are native, if you want to call them Native Americans, U.S. citizens, quote unquote, are more likely to be dependent on government now than your average immigrant.
Well, yeah, when they
work hard, like they worked hard to get here. Like they broke the law, they worked hard to get here. They did something that was difficult.
Yeah, so it's the first generation. Usually, as far as the stats are concerned, it's the first generation that lived the hardest and usually do the best job of representing. And then sometimes the second and third generations don't fare so well. They figure out programs and get it. Because, I mean, if you ever do take a questionnaire or apply for a job or whatever, the first thing it's asking you is, hey, what's your background? You don't have to fill this out, but if maybe we can give you a grant. Maybe you can go to college for free if you have some Spanish in you or something. It's horrible.
Yes,
and what are you not going to take advantage of that? Free college? People like free things. That's the nature of the game.
That people who take advantage of opportunities that maybe others feel aren't fair are not made the center of blame for the people that are creating the situations in which bring about those unequal or unfair opportunities. Because, I mean, I think it's seen in the immigration issue where there's so many people that are like, oh, I would be a libertarian, care about human rights, but there's a welfare state. Thus, I'm willing to demonize and persecute a group of people because of my fear of this one particular branch or type of statism.
Yeah. So you have some statists who want like safety nets. They want social welfare, and then you have some statists who want to keep all the brown people out of the country, or they want a huge military because they're all America, and helicopters and guns are the way to go.
So what if you like the Congo State Project, where you brought in like 100,000 people from Congo?
Actually, all we would need just fuck that, just 1,000, or maybe even the whole 3,000 come. We need to go knock on some doors, man. Hey guys. As long as you're here,
I wouldn't mind seeing the Free State Project killed off by just having enough people sign it. That it's like, all right, a bunch of people moving here, they signed it. They care about liberty. They like human rights.
Yeah. In fact, if for all we know, this might be the cream of the crop. These might be the people. the Congolese that wanted to leave the country because it's shit all got in line, and they're like, hey, we want to go somewhere where it's
I gotta
freer.
admit, I don't know what the situation is in Congo. Is it? I'm
There's
ignorant
been
of everything.
civil wars off and on for a while now, and insurgent populations, and then neighboring insurgent groups that wander into Congo. And
I mean, to me, it's like the spirit of America, right? Like, give me you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry, whatever. I don't remember the quote on the Statue of Liberty.
Your sad old faces.
yeah, you know what's funny is a lot of the people that claim to really want to be against the immigrants and say that it's constitutionally legit. I don't believe anywhere in the Constitution says anything about sealing borders. It doesn't say anything about restricting travel between states or into the country, presumably.
Well, no, it has some stuff about the slave trade.
And they do, and the feds do control.
Only related to slaves, not regular trade, just people that are.
To my knowledge, there's nothing about immigration, but there is something about regarding like how many slaves you can import.
And what about interstate travel?
We'll just presume that applies to regular people who want to travel here too.
There's interstate travel, interstate commerce, and all that. It's in there, right? So I mean, they might consider, human trafficking.
Well, here's the thing: the Articles of Confederation enumerated a right to travel, so that people have a right to travel.
Well, it should be. In theory, if we want to take the constitutional approach, you could say it's up to the states.
Yeah.
So Texas could say no immigrants, and New Mexico could say immigrants are fine, and
you know what Arizona would say?
Arizona would say
Arizona.
Pretty much, Arizona would say
special message.
Fuck that shit.
We need the machete drop right there.
I don't have a machete drop.
You gotta have the machete.
I don't.
This is our special message to Arizona.
I do have. That's kind of something he would do. After he stabs you in the throat with a.
Does not sound like machete.
Yeah, I don't know if he laughs.
He's not maniacal like that.
All
He's
right.
very professional.
Do the Mexican hat dance. That's doing the machete.
There we go. There's the stereotype of film.
He would probably not. Yeah.
I think it'd be a great
probably
video
not
just
been
to
bored.
have this song playing and have machete like killing people. That'd be funny.
Why you guys? You know what? You guys, both of you, very peaceful guys, and yet you like some of the most violent movies, especially like Machete. I know it's fake. Maybe is it because it's over the top?
Yes,
fake?
because it's over the top. I would say for sure.
There's some over the top. There's a lot of over the top I don't like. Like Kill Bill, I thought that was just all right. Quentin Tarantino's definitely done far better.
Did I saw something. All right, well, I won't even say anymore because he's working on a new movie, Sci-Fi, and that's all I know.
Science fiction.
Breaking news.
Oh, the new movie that's out that stars one of our favorite Hollywood celebrities, in which he says one line throughout the whole movie a bunch of times.
You think Quentin Tarantino's gonna have something to do with that? I don't think so.
No,
I
I was
want to
thinking
watch
of a different celebrity.
So on Facebook, people have been raving about that movie, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Galaxy Guardians.
I want to watch that shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Same
out of
difference.
all the comic book movies that have come out, that's one that
I thought they just made it up. I didn't realize it's a comic.
Oh, it's a
book.
real thing. Yeah, it's old and it's older.
I thought
comic.
they just made it up. Like,
A
with the
raccoon
tree
in
and
a
stuff.
tree saved the universe.
Did you guys see the Deadpool clip that came out? It's been out for about 2 weeks now. It's voiced by Ryan Reynolds, the guy who was in the original Deadpool in the Wolverine movie, and it's all CGI, and it's crazy fun. I'll put that in the show notes. It's really very entertaining, majorly rated R. Lots of blood and interesting effects. But it's not going to be a movie. It's just something that no one knows what it was for. Whether it's like a video game cutscene, or whether it's like a trailer for a potential movie, or so telling what it is. But other than that, the Guardians is actually a comic book movie that I wouldn't mind probably sitting down and watching. And it's probably gonna suck.
It's in 3D at Keene Cinema. You can put on your 3D glasses and see 3 dimensions of.
Yeah, what do they charge?
Tree.
What do they charge for tickets?
Probably
Probably
like 9 or 10
$10.
bucks.
Yeah, you know what?
We have the technology.
That was for 3D, and where's my... They're like, hey, guess what? We're going to fuck you now. The movie theaters are just fucking us back and forth.
Sure, I haven't been to one in a while.
I have a.
I think the last movie I went to see was Machete Kills.
I have a large screen TV at home. I rather just watch it there.
Yeah.
Because then you can like
At your leisure.
not buy $10 popcorn and a soda, and
You can make 10-cent popcorn.
Yeah. I told you
Exactly.
one of my biggest problems is sometimes it takes me 5 sittings to watch it, to go get through an entire movie. Because I get a phone call, or I realize there's something more pressing that I have to go take care of real quick. Or I've got to go to work. I only have 15 minutes to eat breakfast, and
Or the
while
movie sucks and you're not dedicating time to it. To just sit and watch it
exactly.
anyway.
So it's only something that I'll do.
that's a
while
good
I'm-
point. The movie theater, you're locked in. Actually, the only legitimate thing, purpose, usefulness for the movie theater, in my opinion, today,
Is to
is if
have
you're going on a
events.
date.
Yeah.
If you're going to go on a date, I mean, it's a okay place to do it.
And I've read, as far as getting to know your date, that's one of the worst things to do.
It's not a good. It's definitely like I don't know somebody and I don't really know how.
Yeah,
to
and so first off,
interacting
you
with
could
them.
go to the wrong kind of movie.
I think
it could be
it's-
something. It could be something that your date doesn't want to even sit through. So you could totally piss them off for 2 hours. Or it's something that maybe it's unpleasant to sit next to
I
with
would
somebody
agree.
you're trying to get better to know.
It's far more romantic, if you want to use that term, to like watch a movie in your living room. I think. Would you guys agree with that?
Definitely
Well,
Than to
more comfortable seating.
yeah, but then you.
to
But
be
yeah,
in,
but if
to
you're
be in this setting with like people you don't know. And
yeah, but if
like-
you're talking about first dates, are you going to be able to drag someone to your abode?
oh, if you got the skills, man, you got the skills to pay the bills, maybe.
Oh shit! Hold on, I got something for that too.
There you go.
If you got the skills, you can say, "Fuck the movie theaters, baby.
You know what always
Come on back to my house. We'll watch some Netflix."
what always works for me is you just show them your fat wallet, and then you got whoever. You know what I
That's
mean?
all you do. You like sitting down having dinner, and it's all like the check hasn't come. It's gonna be another couple minutes. You're all like,
Look at that Conan thin wallet. That's like chump change, man. Look at hold on.
no, all I
Gotta
need is
keep that out.
no. The credit card's poking out. That's all I need. Oh come on. Hold on, I'm playing the wrong music. I'm playing the wrong music for James.
This is what we need right here.
Oh, we got Obama coins here.
That's what you just throw those on the table.
Put that money away.
We need more singles in
You're gonna get us robbed, man.
Next week, all Conan's equipment's gonna be gone.
I know. Fuck.
Bitcoin is gonna ruin that. Like, how are you gonna like show people your fat stack now?
There'll be some kind of app.
Exactly.
Like, dude, I got like 100 bitcoins on this bitch, or
Well, I mean, when you'll have
to
to
do a rap song about that.
You'll have to figure out a way. So you have it on your phone.
It's almost like people will need status symbols.
You have your Coinbase app or whatever you're using, and so you kind of mistakenly put it down on the table while the amount is still on there, the account amount is still on there, and I don't know. Come on, James, you'll figure something out. You're the Bitcoin guy,
James is the Bitcoin guy.
and stop playing with that dog. Before I start channeling W. Stupid
Lay down.
dog.
Can we get? I don't have to adapt.
Yeah, we can get here, or we can do something like that.
You ain't got to explain shit.
I like that one better.
Oh no, the best one is I don't have to adapt.
That's kind of violent. I think I need to tone this show down a
But
little
it's
bit.
authentic. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
thing about it.
most
It's
definitely authentic. Daryl has toned down a lot in recent shows.
You know what it is? Because he's no longer living with a lot of stressors in his life.
That could be it.
I think it is. I think that's doing wonders for his mental health. I really do.
Yeah, I know that Daryl and I are similar age, similar generation. So we do have some.
Could you imagine living with Garrett all
we do
day?
have some. Yeah, no, we do have some things in common. And I've
fucking
already
with
come to this
Garrett.
conclusion many years ago that I don't like living with people, even if they're good, clean, quiet, respectful people. I mean, I'm talking
The things-
cream of the crop
the
people.
things I don't like
can't even
about
live
it-
with them.
I don't mind having a roommate, but there is something nice about like walking across my house naked if I want to, or doing something like that.
Or sleeping naked, or any of the now.
Yeah, I mean,
or
like,
walking from your shower to your bedroom without
like
having
things
to
you can't
put
do,
shit on.
you know.
like you were just in a situation where you actually had to walk across the hallway to get to your bathroom, and you had to share it with somebody.
Oh, I would do it naked at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, well,
I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, well, you were on the 3rd floor though. And the last
I
guy.
took the risk. There was one time in the 2 years I lived there where like a door opened and I had to like fucking haul ass down the hall to get back into my room. I was like walking. I just got out of the shower or something, and I fucking hear the door opening, and I'm like, "You've got to be shitting me!" And I had to like run.
No way.
Do you know if you made it or if they got?
Oh, I did. I made it.
We're about to run out of time.
They were slow. They weren't.
We got about 8-ish minutes. You guys want to cover this incident real quick?
Oh yeah, Free Peaceful Derek J. I mean, this was kind of a big deal. There's been many incidents with a particular crew of people in front of Pedraza's and Poorhouse. I guess they're mostly employed there. One of them may or may not have hospitalized someone. Whether or not, I don't think they've been on the record saying that the person who hospitalized someone doesn't work there, but he's associated with many people who work there. So anyway, recently, Derek, who's had his camera swiped at by one of these people before, had his camera swiped at again, had it physically damaged. Another person who I believe hasn't ever used, that I know of, any sort of physical force against anyone in their property before, did in this case, and hit his camera off a tripod. So, yeah.
So actually, this was this week, Wednesday or Tuesday morning. They went to
Thursday morning.
They went to witness this guy's arraignment.
Derek, our friend David, and another friend Joe were at this particular hearing. They had interest in it. And it wasn't until David and Joe walked away and Derek was about to leave that he was approached
Which
by
is
some of
almost
these people.
always the case. Derek, for some reason,
tell-
Derek is not a small guy, but he just has an aura about him. He
He's
seems
not
like,
tall, so he definitely is not a larger man.
but no one else ever gets approached as often as Derek does. Derek always gets arrested. He always gets cameras smacked out of his hands. He just has a very pleasant aura, and people, bigger, thuggier, nastier people, just think they can take advantage of that and push him around, and it's horrible. But you also get to see and witness the nastiness behind inside.
This is clearly a setup. I mean, these guys wanted to.
Yeah, they waited for people to move. They waited for people to go away. I mean, this would never happen if there were more people around. Which, by the way, is why you go in packs. You know, you're going to do a DUI checkpoint. You got more than one person in your car. If you're videotaping someone, have someone videotaping you videotaping someone. I mean, it's
Well, these people do not want to account for their actions, and it's so evident. That's why they tried to destroy the video.
Yeah, the guy was in court for essentially ambushing an individual and putting him in a hospital. The guy's name is James Michael Phillips. He's a real nasty piece of work, and it seems like everyone he runs with is pretty nasty. He's a member of the Dory gang.
One thing these guys don't know about Derek is he's from Philadelphia. I mean, you're not going to intimidate Derek with this half-assed Keene bullshit. You know what I mean? These people are a joke. That's what it boils down to.
Before you tell how much of a joke, because we need to talk about this. Let's actually play the video for the folks, and then I want James to tell us how much of a joke these guys really are.
I'll tell it how
All right,
it is.
here's the first video. It's 2 minutes. This is Derek being approached by these. Here he comes around the corner. Derek was filming across the street, and this guy's having to come all the way across the street. Oh, that's not good.
Let it buffer a little bit.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me buffer this up a little bit.
What quality are you at? Oh, no, go back.
I know that since it's Obama's birthday tomorrow, there's probably a lot of people logging on to wish him a happy birthday, so it's probably slowing down the lines.
You got to start it over. Going in the bar.
What I need to do is actually open it up in a separate... Oh, come on, you stupid.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, this happens. Actually, I'm streaming, so I've actually lost some bandwidth. Okay, James, while this thing is buffering up, tell us how stupid these people are, and tell us how these people will be handled where you come from the streets.
I wouldn't claim that I'm like an OG or I'm from the streets, but I'm from the Atlanta area, and I've dealt with real thugs before. When I lived in the Atlanta area, I felt the need to carry a gun. I've never felt that need in Keene.
On the police accountability tour, Atlanta was the one place I felt kind of creeped out by like sketchy people.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
might be
so
criminals.
you know, we're and like I said, I didn't grow up like in hood or anything, but where I grew up, I heard gunshots. There were people killed. There was someone killed in front of my parents' house. My parents had some rental properties. There's someone killed in their house, one of our rental properties. So, you know, I don't want to say Keene is not dangerous, but I mean, if this is the worst Keene has to offer, I mean, it's a great place to live, in my opinion.
Exactly. It's all buffered up. I'm playing it. All right, so Derek's got his camera set up.
I don't think any of these folks would believe that they are the worst Keene has to offer or say it. Though that one of the individuals involved, Justin, did claim, I got gang affiliations, bitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Today. I beg your pardon?
I said, do you mind?
Well, I think it's important to film you because you've committed violence against an innocent man. And when I'm around people who are violent, I feel like I need to capture what's happening. Yeah.
And it's also good protection.
It's kind of illegal to get children on camera.
That's not a fact.
This guy just said that
What's the law
there's a
on that?
law that prevents
Oh, wow.
children under 18 to be filmed.
James Michael
Okay,
Phillips is a
what's the-
lawyer
Okay,
now.
the police are on their way.
The police are on their way. Are
He
you telling me that
contacted
you
the
called the
police.
police on me?
No, not at all.
The most outrageous thing
who
about
called
this
the
whole thing
police?
He just knows.
is they called the police.
Why were the police called?
Interesting.
All right, here they come. Here comes the gang. Oh, here's someone in his little...
Yeah, this is clearly a setup. I mean, now there's 5 people here magically. Wow.
What did you just say?
No, it doesn't matter what he said. Just
I can't hear you. Excuse me. I was just getting closer so that I could hear this man.
No,
Sounds like he was threatening me.
no, nobody's threatening you.
I think that's exactly what's happening right here.
I don't think so.
Fucking camera, man. That's all. Hey, I keep trying to walk around and you keep stepping in my way.
Stop filming. You're not supposed to
So look at all these people who are surrounding me. We got a woman over here, a man over
Yeah, I mean,
here.
these people are all around Derek. I mean, that could be very
And apparently, I'm going to
uncomfortable.
be in trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna be in trouble because my fucking son's on camera.
Well,
That's
who put him on camera, miss?
You're pointing the fucking camera right at me.
Actually, I was walking home while you
You still
advanced
have the
towards
fucking
me.
camera on me. Why don't you walk away?
Wow.
You know, I'm allowed to record, miss. I'm on a public
Please
sidewalk.
stop.
Excuse me.
Okay, and so that's when, I'm taking it. That's when cameras started getting damaged right around this point.
The camera, from what I understand, was knocked off of the tripod. It was on a tripod. It was so it's large. It's stationary.
Yeah.
People are approaching a large stationary. The camera's not large, but what it's on is large, and it's not moving. So there's clearly intent to. Derek's not walking up to people. He's not doing the old cliche shoving cameras in faces. Like,
Yeah, they had to walk across the street to get to him in order for this to happen. That wasn't necessary at all. The lady who was screaming about "you're filming my baby" walks right up into the camera shot. I mean, he's having a conversation. He's talking to someone else, and she gets right up in the camera and says, "Stop filming me." And he's like, "Well, come on now, come on. How stupid are you?" So yeah, I mean, James.
Yeah, I mean,
what do we do about these people?
I don't know. I think that they want us to feel intimidated and just quit, basically. And I think that it's like any bully. You got to stand up and say, "Look, you people are not going to intimidate me."
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, in my opinion, you guys are a joke. I mean, I'm not going to feel intimidated by your tactics here. And if someone wants to, go up and shank me or put a bullet in me, fine, go ahead. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit.
Well, I would give a shit.
I'm going to give a shit
please
too.
don't do that to me.
Yeah, I know
anybody out there.
exactly.
I'm not saying
I don't want any of that.
I'm
Don't
not
do it
saying
to
I don't give a
anybody.
shit in that. Well, for me, it's over, right? Like if you kill
You
me,
can't be afraid. It doesn't make sense to be
Exactly.
afraid of that sort of thing. Like,
I'm
you
not
can't-
afraid of someone hurting me. Actually, my biggest fear is someone hurting someone I care about or I'm friends with. That's what keeps me up at night.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like a human thing. Like you can sacrifice yourself and you won't feel bad, right?
And
Well, you've been taken off the front line since you can't be in the streets of Keene every day filling meters. So
Well,
and you did
you have
mention
survivor's guilt.
you did mention if you're going to be anywhere doing what we're doing, this is a great place to do it because there really isn't. These people, like you said, are a joke. The cops are not the worst kind of cops.
well, Well, to me, they've
gotten used to all the shenanigans, and
it takes
this is
a lot
manifestation of that.
It takes guts and it takes balls to be willing to stand up to police.
Yeah, which is why I really enjoy talking about this on on the show.
Someone like Derek, you're gonna have a hard time intimidating them. You know what I mean?
So and to prove that, let's watch the second part of this video.
So I'm broadcasting live. I'm in downtown Keene, New Hampshire, and my video camera has just been broken by this man.
It's not even broken!
He threw it off of the tripod and then threw it on the ground. Then this man tried to keep the camera from me.
Fucking shit out of my fucking face.
Now he's attacking me.
So he's surrounded by dudes. A couple of them are girls, but these are bigger dudes than Derek. They're dressed thuggy.
Yeah,
they got their hats on backwards and they got their long shirts on and
wow.
And
all right, you got it.
This is Keene, man. This is Keene. Most people tuck their shit in around here.
I think at the point that you point something like that out, it's just a little bit prejudicial because there's no association with gang symbolism or
they're
definitely wannabes.
They are trying to portray themselves as.
That one guy said he has
thugs.
gang affiliations, bitch.
Sure, he did.
What does
say
that mean?
He did say that.
What gang is he in? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
If you want to claim, you go act like this down to some folks in a major city, and you see how long you last.
Well, they would never do that. They would never pull that stunt in a bigger city.
Because Keene is a place where you can get away with that sort of thing. It's like I see so much machismo and so much bravado here in Keene, and not that I've spent too much time in major cities. I'm from Concord, and I'd say it's a much more peaceful environment as far as like social discourse goes. But it's like there is so much more machismo here because it's not taken seriously. Like people just threaten each other as just like a matter of discourse, like friends that in their everyday activities here, young people. And for some reason, it's like it's just a joke. It's like it's somewhere between being a joke and being serious. I don't really understand it, but it's something of the culture here I just have yet to fully grasp.
I don't know what the solution is to these folks, and who knows? I think that things will work themselves out, and I hope that these people are held to account for what they did.
Yeah, we'll see. This is definitely going to be a quick first appearance, trial appearance, right? With the next week.
Has there already been arraignment? I heard that there might have been arrest warrants issued already for, I don't know if it's assault or destruction of evidence or something like that.
Huh. Well, we'll definitely be talking about it some more and let you guys at home know. If you don't want to wait for us to talk about it here on the show, it will definitely be posted at freekeene.com. We are all free bloggers.
They'll hear the show after, so that doesn't make sense going in.
It's live.
If you don't want to wait for the show or you don't want to watch the show.
Oh, you're talking to the live streaming people.
I was looking straight at you. I'm sorry.
Fans.
Yeah, fans.
I'm saying that the people that watch the show in a week, if it's on Free Keene before the show airs, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. This will be up in a couple
of days. And, of course, the live stream is up right now.
Okay, as long as we're clear on that.
God, James. Here, let me close this.
See, Daryl's wearing off on me.
Let me close this damn show. Guys, you've been watching Black Sheep Rising. Please visit the website at blacksheeprising.org. That's where everything's at. If you have a moment, go by the Facebook page while you're at it and give it a like and leave some comments. Just leave a like. I don't care about your comments. Leave a like. That's all I really want. If you want to get in contact with me, you can email me at show@blacksheeprising.org. If you have some extra chinkles, you have some extra Obama coins laying around, you want to help an old man out.
Happy birthday to Obama tomorrow.
You can go to the website and you can donate via PayPal and or BitPay. Ooh, that's a bicentennial Obama coin.
Yeah, wow. That's special. That's for his birthday. That's a good one to have. We've got South Carolina. I think we have Hawaii.
Oh wow! Look at that. This is out of control.
This is great.
Garrett, where can the folks get all your great content?
YouTube.com/AquaKeene, YouTube.com/FreemanTVRaw with 3s instead of E's. And of course, FreeKeene.com blogging. Check it out.
Cool deal.
People can check me out at my new website. I got gang affiliations, bitch. Not really. You can check.
You're running for office.
I am running for office.
Think it means what you think
running
it means.
for state rep and Ward 1 or Cheshire 4 or whatever they call it.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is. It's all confusing.
Oh, I'm a D gang. I'm a Crypt.
There can be only
I'm a Crypt, bitch.
The Crips are blue.
I got one for that.
Bloods are red.
Silence! I kill you!
So I'm definitely a gang member now.
Yeah.
And if you want me to be the chief gang member, you can show up and vote for me. It'll be great. I promise.
When is the primary? It's coming up real soon, isn't it?
I don't know. It's in September, right? Or August?
Definitely to get on that. I've got a whole stack of candidate questionnaires of it. I've got to fill out. Half of them I'm going to fill out. Some of them I'm not even going to bother with, but half of them I actually want to fill out and get on their lists. I'm sure you've been getting a lot of mail as well. I by the way, I'm also running for state rep and ward. No, I'm actually Flotul. I'm a at-large candidate. District 16 is my Cheshire County District 16 is my guy. But I don't know when that's happening. We need to get on that.
You can contact me facebook.com/Keene Robin Hood. One of the folks, along with Garrett here, behind Robin Hood Keene. And
absolutely.
Canine Controversies episode 3 coming some point in the future.
There you go.
I'm working on my folder. It's getting bigger. I need more content.
Oh, we got some great stuff. We got Jazzy meets what's the Snoopy. Jazzy meets Snoopy.
Who has Snoopy?
Kate Nademo.
Oh, I didn't know that. We were talking just before the show started. Who, if there was going to be a representative dog of Keene, would it be G or Jazzy? And I don't think G even. I
think we should put it to a vote.
Do a Facebook poll.
I think we need to have a dog of the year.
I agree. There should be a dog activist.
So at Keenevention, we can actually have like the last day of Keenevention.
We can have one of those little stair things, where like the 1 and the 2 and the 3.
There's another dog that's been showing up to a lot of activism events, and that's Oscar. He's a black lab. And he's been giving G and Jazzy a run for their money. I mean, of course, I think the 1 and 2 slots are still.
Yeah, but that is a good dog.
It's a good dog.
Oscar jumped up in the trunk. That was a good activism right there.
Yeah, eager to get those signs out.
Not sure that Jazzy could do that.
Tonight, we are going to close on a free song. I am no longer playing the third-party songs.
They beat you into obedience.
I just don't. Well, no. I just looked online, and guess what? There is shit tons of good music out there. Most of them are remixes that are available, and that the artists just want their name in the show notes. They don't really care. They're not going to. And most artists don't care. It's the producers. This is good stuff. This
like if they're going to be copywriting it, then we won't even use it. F them.
Yeah.
Not even listening to your music anymore.
I'm going to boycott.
I agree. Fuck them.
Yeah, I'm going to boycott. I'm going to boycott all that shit.
Property.
I'm going to boycott all that shit.
That shit needs to be done.
Yeah, but if they close my channel down, then I kind of have to figure out another method. But anyways, this song.
It's really disturbing too that Google would design all this technology to fuck people.
You can do
for intellectual property. That's fucked up. Like to identify which songs are used and stuff.
Well, I bet.
Why the fuck did they do that?
I bet the RIAA already had that,
YouTube,
software in development.
The YouTube bots.
Google, we'll give this to you.
like you upload a song and it immediately knows what it is, pretty much.
Well,
that's bad technology. Fuck Google for that.
When it takes longer to process the video than it did to actually upload it, which isn't always the case. When I think they kind of do a real quick wipe, and then they figure out if there's something on it. And if they do see something on it that's suspicious, then they do the long processing wipe. And yeah, I've had processing incidents much longer than the actual upload process, and it can really. I've had videos uploading for an entire day, Black Sheep Rising videos, not friggin' city council meetings or anything. Guys, we gotta go.
To a point where it takes too long, and it's just not going to happen. You might as well just.
We gotta let Conan end it.
I gotta end it.
Yes.
Oh wait, we don't have to end it. We might be doing a movie review right after this song. We might be talking about Jumper.
Okay, let's play the song and then we'll do a break and then we'll come back and do Jumper.
Stop jumping.
Stop jumping. This song is Foster to the People, new song called Best Friend, and this is the Dim Sum remix.
after show.
So when's the last time you guys saw this movie? It's been a while, huh? I only told you on Monday to watch it again. It's not that bad, actually. Hey, guys, welcome back to the show. It's Black Sheep Rising. We're going to do a little movie review real quick, like. The movie we decided to go with, the movie I decided to go with this week was Jumper.
Stop jumping.
Because this guy over here was making me laugh with some drops that he said was some audio clips that he said was actually in the movie. Guess what they're not in? They're not in the movie. I actually had to go through. All right, so here's what happened.
Wait, there's a line from the Five Gum trailer that's definitely in that movie. Samuel L. Jumping.
I actually downloaded the subtitles and put them in text format and put them in a notepad to see what was going on and did a search.
What wasn't in there?
The actual so Garrett a couple weeks ago, he's all like, what do you think you can jump forever? And with his Samuel L. Jackson voice, you think you can just jump forever? It's really funny. I was like, all right, let's find that. That'd make a perfect drop. Guess what? It doesn't exist. That sound clip, it doesn't work anywhere. So I actually
kind of like it.
So I started putting shit together, and this is one of the ones I came up with.
You think you could go on jumping forever?
As you can tell, let me increase that volume a little bit. I actually took the Anakin and mixed with little what was Samuel's character in Star Wars?
Oh,
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. So I mixed. So this is Mace Windu and Anakin.
You think you could go on jumping forever?
I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. I gotta get more Samuel in there. So I tried another one.
You think you could jump forever?
No, it doesn't work. It kind of works.
I jump forever. Yeah, it sounded great.
And then all right, here's another one.
You think you could jump forever?
Much better, but you can still hear that inequality, that difference in.
You think you could jump forever?
It actually sounds like something this guy would have put together when he bleeps out his.
I hear a little horn honk in there or something.
Yeah, something was playing in the background when that happened. The best one, of course, is the.
You think you can just jump all over the place? Jump, 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 jump.
I think I like that one the best. But anyways, what is Jumper? Jumper is stars Anakin Skywalker and Mace Windu and some other guys.
It's not in a galaxy far away or a long time ago. It's like modern day. Anakin Skywalker is a regular guy. He doesn't know he's Anakin.
Yeah, well, he
finds that there's a special, secret, hidden power that holds itself within him.
He actually was able. He actually found this ability through pain and suffering. It was what's the word for it? He was scared out of him in such a way that he. There's a word for it. It's not finding it. I'm not finding it. Anyways, he had an incident. He found that he had this power, and then he becomes this kind of a bad boy doing his little jumping. He teleports places. As long as he has a picture or a memory of that place, he can teleport to that place again. And of course, he runs into the bad guys, the Inquisitors, the Inquisitors, the Spanish Inquisition. They call themselves Paladins. And the main paladin is, of course, Mace Windu, played by Samuel. He's got like a white fro thing going, and he's let me play a little clip real quick of an actual incident they had real early on.
You can tell he's a Jedi because they have white hair.
Here comes Mace, come down the stairs.
And who are you? My name's Roland.
What are you doing in my apartment?
We'll get to that.
Is this where he says you could just jump forever?
What kind of crook leaves a note?
I think I need to talk to my lawyer.
Yeah, this is pieces of it came from this incident.
You're not the
police? Anybody can.
So of course Mace has been going all over town trying to track this guy down forever from an earlier incident when he actually robbed a bank. I mean, if you have teleporting abilities, what are you going to do with it? Of course, he gets monies from wherever he.
I see a lot of parallels between Jumper being about jumping, The Shining being about shining, and Scatman Crothers' character is definitely fulfilled well by Samuel Jackson in this role.
Yeah, are you comparing this to The Shining? So, all right. So, this is a comparison to The Shining. Is this also a cover-up of the moon landing?
I know
of the Apollo moon landing.
Sure, this is how they really did it. They just jumped there.
That's right.
With alien technology that we got. Oh, there he goes.
This conversation's not over.
He got tased during mid-jump. Samuel's a very violent guy.
Yes,
I don't know.
He uses that taser much like a lightsaber.
Yeah, like that's his lightsaber.
I don't know if he says motherfucker in this movie. This is like PG, right?
Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
So there he's trying to actually jump to an image. He keeps a whole wall of nothing but pictures. So he has jump points.
It was Scatman Crothers that showed the little boy how to shine in the movie. So Samuel L. is like, you've broken the code. Like, you're not supposed to learn how to do it yourself. I was supposed to have taught you.
So you ruined my life. You know, this is what I could be like.
I was supposed to train you, Anakin.
I know.
And now Mortal Kombat's come into play.
I was supposed to train you, and you were supposed to turn into a nasty piece of work and kill all the Jedis, all the baby Jedis.
There are always consequences.
I think that would be a good job.
That's a good job.
Yeah, I need to work on that.
Where you going, huh? I got you now.
Where you going? You think you could jump forever? He jumped through a wall, but he's still connected to.
Hide behind the wall, go anywhere, do anything. Not
you think you could jump forever? All right.
Walls of hiding behind.
So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. There are a lot of incidents like that where the paladins are coming out and, you know, with their electrodes and their taser batons, and yeah, they're pretty nasty. Some pretty nasty characters. They're not someone I would want to run across. The Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. And fucking Samuel L. walks out with his white hair.
I guess my question of the whole movie was, what is it that Samuel L. wants Anakin to do? Or as a Jedi, what does he want Anakin to do?
Well, he keeps saying, he said it about 3 times. The reason that he's tracking these guys down is like, no one should have this power. You know, this is godlike, and no one should have this power. So it's like the Force, because this power is like the Force.
Star Wars is a lot like that. Like, you know, the bad guys are the good guys and stuff, and they just went bad.
Yeah, it's interesting that Mace Windu's in the dark side in this alternate universe of the Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah,
like Anakin's now on the light side, and Samuel is. You know,
actually, he's more.
Samuel Jackson.
He's not light. I wouldn't say he's light at all in this. I say he's gray. He's more Han Solo in this movie than light.
That's true. Samuel Jackson has taken up his more traditional role of, you know. So Star Wars is very unusual for Samuel, where, you know, he was like calm and he was like the wise guy. Right. Samuel has gone to his more traditional role of being the angry black man. That's, you know, every film like Pulp Fiction. Think of all the great. Yeah, I think all the great. He's always an angry guy. Snakes on a Plane is a good example.
Right. He's an angry Fed.
So I'm glad that he's gone back to his role. Let's face it, in Star Wars, Mace Windu, he just sucked in that role.
Yeah, he was kind of sucky.
Yeah, and even he tried to get mad, like when he was like gonna kill the Emperor, and then even then, I just couldn't feel it. You know what I mean? He wasn't angry enough.
Well, it's like he was so calm that the angry scene didn't work at all.
He should have been like, I'm going to strike you down, motherfucker. Like, that would have made the movie,
right.
You know?
That should have been it, and Anakin was dead, but it wasn't how
and then it would have
out.
got an R rating, and the children would have hated it, and they wouldn't have that Jar Jar Binks shit going on.
Yeah, well, that,
you know
the
whole movie.
Are there any motherfuckers in Star Wars?
I don't think there are, but we could make our own motherfucker Star Wars
that
version.
has Samuel L. saying motherfucker in it, because that would make it a real Samuel Jackson movie.
Maybe we could take this movie and, like, splice it up with... I
think I've done splicing this movie. First of all, I don't even like this... cut that I have, this edit, the volume is all shot to crap. We just tried to play it and it was pretty low there, and I can tell my drops are kind of lowish. They're not as loud as they could be.
You think you can just jump all over the place, jump, 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 jump?
So do you guys? I actually kind of watched it. So I sat down and watched this.
You kind of watched it. That's cool.
It took I watched the whole thing in 3 sittings, and I had actually seen it. I saw it about 4 years ago or whenever it came out, when it came to Netflix for the first time.
Wow.
And I didn't realize that Anakin was in it. So that I watched it long enough ago that I didn't even equate his character with Anakin Skywalker. So what does that tell you? I guess it means the first time I didn't even really watch it. Who knows? I didn't not like it. I mean, it had some good points.
I mean, I thought it was a decent movie. He teams up with the British dude at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
The guy who says jump, 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 jump. The I don't know.
Oh, is that
from the movie?
Is that from the movie?
It's from the movie. What do you think I got it from?
You think he can just jump all over the place? Jump, 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 jump.
I
thought that was like Samuel or something.
No, I cut it. I pushed it together. I pushed it together a little. Did some creative editing. There was another movie that came out probably around the same time as this one came out. It was a found footage, of teenagers who found this power. There was a meteorite, and they all there's 3 of them. They all had these fucking abilities to like fly and shit, and they had telekinesis and whatnot. And one of them went bad. And I really like. Is what it's called? No, not Watchmen. That's a friggin' comic book movie.
I know what you're talking about. I cannot place the name though.
Maybe I'll remember to put that in the show notes. I like that one. And I usually don't like the found footage type movies because they're really, I don't know, they're not very. Sometimes they're not very pleasant to watch. They're all shaky and. But this one was very very creatively put together. And of course, it highlights these teenagers going through this evolution where they get this power, and of course they alienate themselves from their peers, and of course they have their own drama.
It's disappointing that they use that power to alienate instead of build community.
What is the moral message of the Jumper movie, if any? Is there an underlying message to it?
Stop jumping.
Like,
that's a good point. That might be something. Is it like
the desire to, like, everyone wants to have superpowers, right?
Everyone wants some magic. Everyone wants to have that, and the ability to rob banks, and to be on vacation forever and ever.
It's not robbery. It's thievery from banks.
Oh, so this.
Oh, he left IOUs. He left a note, and that's what.
Robbery would be a violent confrontation.
The ideal of life for most people. Like a permanent vacation, not working, just
a permanent vacation,
just jumping
with hot girls. Actually, and by the way, I didn't like the actress in this one. I didn't something about it. It was unpleasant. But I mean, so yeah, nice hot female friends, vacation forever, and of course magic powers. I mean, it's a winning combination.
Was Samuel L. Jackson mad at him for stealing from the bank, or was he just mad at him from jumping? Because that's what I didn't get. It seemed like Samuel L. was just mad that he was jumping.
He was mad because no one should have this power. That's what he said.
All right,
quote,
so if he just
no one should have this power.
If he just jumps
I'm going to kill you now.
Paying air travel fees. He just jumps to Jamaica, has a vacation, and jumps back. Should anyone care? I don't think they should. I think that should be totally cool.
Samuel was jealous.
There's some kind of like Christian. Like I got the feeling when I watched the movie that it was like somehow related to Christianity.
Yeah, it's like it's not about what you're doing being wrong. It's about the fact that you shouldn't be doing the thing that enables you to do the thing that's wrong. And it's like, well, what's like wrong with that?
There's a worldwide organization dedicated to tracking down these people who jump.
You know how I see it?
What is the
point central
of this?
Authority.
So I don't know who is promoting this movie, but I see it as the authority, the powers that be. Detaining the people's freedom to be free and to jump and to go and to live their lives however they want.
Maybe there's an element
no one should have that power to be free.
Maybe there's an element of communism in this too, in that. So this guy is rich, and of course he's stolen his wealth. So maybe he's not rich through legitimate means. But the commies might say that if you're a capitalist and you're successful and you start up a business and you can live the rest of your life on vacation because of this one thing that you did that was great. Maybe there's like we have to put you in your place. So maybe there's like a communist underlying element there.
I don't know about that.
You think so, or is that a stretch?
I kind of have.
I think it's the authority figures detaining freedom. preventing the people from having their freedom. And of course, the guy wins in the end. Kind of. There's kind of a little bit of a twist at the end, because there's still paladins out there. There are still authority figures, and they might even be related to you, who are trying to prevent their own spawn, their own children, from actually being able to partake in the freedom.
Maybe it's like a whole like coming out kind of thing where it's like Anakin is gay and he doesn't want he doesn't want his family to know, and then his family finds out. And
Samuel L. represents. Is he Samuel L. representing like the new way, or is he representing the old culture that's tyrannical?
Samuel L. Jackson is like the preacher who's trying to beat the gayness out of them.
Of course, and around here we just don't.
Nobody will ever oppress you here.
We don't do that around here. So,
yeah, maybe there's like a undertone of. I guess it's not homophobic, but we'll be anti-gay.
Jumpophobic.
Yes.
They don't like jumping. And I don't know why. I don't see what's wrong with jumping at all, as long as it's sustainable.
I see it as a free man.
And I guess you can't just jump forever.
It's interesting, too, that the jumpers in the movie are younger people, and then the people who want to control are older people. I think
they lost their ability to jump, and then they're mad at the youth that still can.
Now, that's a good possibility. So, all right, so should I tell the twist? All right, so if you guys,
spoiler alert, you're going to roll in the movie.
I probably didn't get that far into the movie. So
yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm gonna put out a twist spoiler for you.
Samuel L. used to be a jumper.
Well, no, that's not actually in the movie.
That would be interesting.
The Anakin's mother
used to be a jumper.
Well, no, that's not actually made clear in the movie. She's a paladin.
She's an anti-jumper.
She's an anti-jumper, and her son is a jumper. The question, so it's in.
So it'd be kind of like the.
No time for that Tyrese.
It'd be like the Pope's son. Well, I guess he can't have a son, but it'd be like if the Pope had a son and he was gay.
No, I mean it's in the genes.
Oh shit!
It's in the genes. So maybe she started out as a jumper, and when she lost her ability, she was jealous of all the jumpers. No one should have this power, especially when I lost my ability when I was 25 or whatever.
So now she saved the money, man.
Exactly. Or maybe she was always a paladin.
Put it on Bitcoin.
Maybe she was always a paladin, and as fate usually works, as the hand of God laying down some old fate for that ass. It's a whole child rebelling against the parent thing here, where they're doing the exact opposite just to piss their parents off. Oh, you're a fucking authority figure? I'm gonna be the exact opposite. I'm gonna fucking jump, and I'm gonna live like a crazy anarchist.
No, I think I remember in the movie, it's like the jumper gene skips generations.
I don't remember that being said.
Or it's like a one-off, one-on, one-off kind of deal.
I don't remember that conversation, but it's possible that it happened.
But yeah, I think there's definitely an underlying theme of like the old versus the young. So there's people that are
the free versus
life,
the free versus the authority figures.
Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember there was like a deleted scene from this movie where you see the jumper jump into the car in Pulp Fiction right before the Marvin scene. And John Travolta, it turns out, never was holding the gun. It was Anakin. He jumped into the car. And he shot Marvin in the face.
What, are you making this up, or is this someone put this together?
No, it's a deleted scene from the Jumper movie. If you buy the DVD, you could probably see it. And that's why Samuel L. was tracking him down the whole movie. He's like, you killed Marvin.
You're just making shit up. Oh, crap.
I think you're onto something there.
Do you even listen to all that weird crap you say?
That's why Samuel L. was all like, this was an act of God. I don't understand it. It's like he went on, and through time, he came to understand it. He grew white hair. And then he's like, I got to stop Anakin from jumping in the future into the past to shoot Marvin in the face.
So, in Pulp Fiction, what's the guy's name?
Which one?
The Samuel L. guy.
Jules.
Yeah, so Jules becomes like a Christian. So I guess this is like the natural progression.
But like a friggin' inquisitor.
He's gonna walk the earth, yeah.
Like a Catholic inquisitor, and he's probably got his.
It's amazing that they'd had this group of people that even care about the jumpers.
Yeah, he's.
Why is everyone so pissed off about the damn jumping?
Yeah, the question is.
I can see it. They're stealing money from the banks and shit. I mean,
yeah, where are they making their money? Who's paying? Who is paying these guys? Where do they make their money from?
They probably stole it from the jumper people, who stole it from the banks.
It's all a Ponzi scheme.
The Illuminati, man. Illuminati's paying for it all.
The jumpers, I know what it is. The jumpers represent the proletariat, The,
Yes, that's what I'm
the
saying.
Jedi represent the bourgeoisie exploiter class.
There's a communist element where you can't have one person with more abilities than someone else. There's it's almost you have an enforcement class that.
All right, now I get your commie
that
your
pulls,
commie link. That makes
down,
sense.
Right?
Yeah,
Pulls
that makes
you down
sense.
to everyone
The
else.
Jedis are like the NKVD.
So what did they do when they captured the jumpers? Like, wouldn't it be better if Samuel L. just like showed up the dude's apartment and put a bullet in him? Then
No, it should have been 1984. You should have been strapped down with your eyes open, and you should learn that.
what do they do? What do they do with the jumpers when they capture?
2 + 2 = 5. Slow torture.
I don't think he can jump when he's on the scorpion chain.
Yeah, but what did they do when they capture him?
They killed him
on the scorpion chain. They can't jump.
Okay,
off
why
that.
not just put a bullet in him? That doesn't make any sense.
This is a PG-13.
He knifed
movie.
him. He has a special sacrificial knife. Remember? He unwraps it every time. It's all wrapped up in a cloak or
I
a
don't
little
think I
piece of
watched
cloth.
that far into the movie.
Yeah, so he was
So it was like a ritual.
ceremoniously killing them.
So Mace Windu was gonna kill Anakin.
He missed a couple opportunities to do just that.
Oh shit!
I know exactly. Fuck. Where were we going with that?
Well, Communist is great. It's a fairly philosophical and deep movie. There's a lot going on there. It has a lot of deeper meaning. And
Yeah, obviously we've turned it into some deeper meaning. It might not be as obvious. It probably would help not to be completely baked out of your mind whenever you're watching it and actually kind of watch it sober.
I'm sure English classes in government schools will be analyzing this for years to come.
It'd be funny if they do. That turns out to be the case.
Oh shit!
Wouldn't you rather watch this than read Shakespeare?
Oh hell
I
yeah!
really was not a fan of Shakespeare, to be honest.
So there you go. That's all I'm saying is, movies and television have brought us all down culturally to lowest common denominator and made us all retarded. So we might as well enjoy it. Like, fuck that Shakespeare guy. That shit is too complicated.
Oh.
This is actually like...
Yeah, I mean, you know, prime example, Pulp Fiction would be a great show to play to the 14-year-olds.
It is a modern classic.
Yeah.
I think that you could learn about like themes and motifs and how to analyze underlying themes and how to... Well, I don't know if there's too much rhyming in Pulp Fiction or in Jumper.
There's a lot of songs. There's a lot of good... I mean, just a class on studying the songs that were played, you know, during events and how they symbolized...
Like, look
or how
at this scene,
how they represented...
Look at this scene with Samuel like beaten into the wall. That symbolizes so much. You could write a whole paper
It
about
reminds me of the battle between John Leguizamo and Leonardo DiCaprio in Romeo and Juliet.
So Samuel thinks he's representing the light, but he's actually being destructive in this scene. Look how violent he is. Doesn't that just look violent? Jesus.
Now, let me ask you another thing. All right, so let's go back to old Star Wars. Let's take the whole representing the most evil man on the planet or in the universe as by a black man, by using a black man. Do you think
when they took off the mask, he was a white guy?
Yeah, but he was really everyone knew that he was a black guy with a cool, sexy voice.
I do agree that it is all about who does the voice, because in the new Galaxy Guardians movie, I don't know who actually plays the tree. I just know that Vic Diesel does the voice, and everyone knows that Vic Diesel.
And
does
the raccoon
voice.
is voiced by some comedian guy.
Nobody knows who actually plays the raccoon. Like, it's all about the voice of the raccoon.
But I mean, do you think that has any meaning in this movie where they actually? Well, I mean, Samuel is a badass guy, and I guess he fit the role, but he's also a black man, and of course, Anakin is a very white from New England type guy, and everyone else is white too, and they're being oppressed by this black guy.
Yeah, I find that very propagandistic on the part of Hollywood to exploit.
If it even means anything, if there's any deeper meaning, maybe it's just the actors they pulled. I mean, what would happen if a black guy? I mean, there was no black jumpers. What if the main character was a black jumper? Would it have different meaning? And it's William Dafoe who's hunting down some black guy. Tyrese is the jumper, and William Dafoe is hunting him down, and he's the maniacal inquisitor, trying to hold that. See, that would be a whole different twist that people would take the wrong way.
Sure.
I think they would have to been the same color.
I'm thinking of the parallels now between that sort of dynamic of the authority figure and the person they're claiming to protect. If you remember that scene in Boys from the Hood where somebody tries to break into Lawrence Fishburne's house. Cuba Gooding Jr. is his son. And, you know, he shoots at the guy and he gets away, and then the cops show up, and the cop is a black guy, too. And he makes racist comments about young black youth and how, oh, well, you should have just killed the guy. And so, yeah, I kind of see reflections of it, how that would have played differently if you did say the cast was differently for Jumper. Now, Anakin represents a very privileged person. Samuel L., we assume, rose up from what? Like, what is Samuel's background in this film? Like, I don't presume he was someone of privilege. I get the impression that he was a warrior type. He said to fight his whole life.
He dresses pretty snazzy. He's got kind of a real, almost an Asian.
Got the night thing.
He's got kind of an Asian suit on with a high collar and looks pretty snazzy. I wouldn't mind having something like that for dinner. Dinners at Applebee's every now and then. Whenever my dates don't want to have Netflix on the first date, I have to take them out to eat. Yeah, I'll have my.
You're in a movie.
Fuck the movie.
So what's the verdict on this movie?
I say watch it. I say actually don't spend a lot of money on it. Don't buy the $10 DVD at Walmart. Get it on Netflix when it comes. It'll probably be on Netflix one day.
I would advise people to torrent this film.
Yeah, just download it. Don't do this.
Don't even use Netflix.
Don't give Anakin Skywalker.
If you use Netflix, what you're telling them is that it's worth the little count, the view count, saying that you want to watch this movie according to Hollywood's contracts. Don't even pay attention to the contracts. F the Hollywood contracts. Just download the movie illegally if you're going to download it, and understand that, I mean, we may vote that 5 bags of popcorn, but that doesn't mean it's any good. It's kind of, to be honest, I think it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, but people...
Oh, shit!
People won't make movies if you don't pay for them.
Yeah, I know. I like to,
They won't make this movie.
You guys are horrible. All right, guys at home, thanks for watching part 2 of episode 64 of Black Sheep Rising. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you would like us to review a movie that you like and maybe we can get behind, go ahead and leave that in the Facebook comments.
So I have our next movie. We should do 32 hours, 7 minutes.
I don't know what that is.
You want me to pull up a trailer so we can end it?
Okay,
with
yeah,
feature?
well...
I would just advise people to jump in civil disobedience and defiance of these diktats.
Yeah, live your life free. Fuck Samuel L. Jackson wearing a suit.
I mean, respect to Samuel L., but to be honest, like, just keep jumping.
Fuck his character in this movie. Be free and live your life. Don't hurt other people. Don't rob banks. But jump.
Steal from banks.
Yeah, but jump.
Happy birthday, Obama, tomorrow. 54 or something.
You can just jump all over the place. Jump, 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 jump.
Guys, thanks for watching. James, I guess we'll talk about this afterwards. Everyone home, we'll see you next week at the same time. Good night.
That is not Ninja Turtles.
That is straight up Ninja Turtles back there.
That is not Ninja Turtles.
I actually...
Not the Ninja Turtles that I know and love. Some garbage.
Have you seen the comparisons? So anyways, it's a lot of creative people have gotten on there and done their own comparison shots, before and after shots. And that's not good at all. That's not good at all.
Comparison to what?
To the old Turtles. Look.
Look how happy they are. They're fun people to be around. But these new things, they look angry. They're
well, here's the way I
Which
see it.
one's the new one, the ugly one?
This is the Michael Bay BS.
The biggest comparisons are
profanity.
Here's the James, just look at it, man. All right, so the old ones had big round noses, and they had turtle mouths like beaks.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the new ones have like
lips.
human noses, but they have human lips. So he switched them.
I remember a line from the cartoon back in the day about them not having lips. Michael Bay just had to do it.
He had to take their lips off?
He had to give them lips.
Why
Why
did
is it giving a turtle lips? What is this? Have y'all any interest in discussing the controversy as to whether G or Jazzy is the #1 dog activist in Keene?
I wouldn't mind. I don't think G really cares. I think Jazzy might have a play in that game, but I don't think G even cares. I don't think that's his game.
G's not even willing to enter into that conversation.
No, definitely not.
He's like, I got cred. Don't need nothing.
Sound plant. He's like, yeah, I run the streets.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me.
G's occupying.
And Jazzy is all coming from Florida and all.
Jazzy's a country dog.